Welcome to Discography, a new podcast from 5 to 9. This podcast format pairs me, Andrew Belt, the editor of 5 to 9, with a fan of the artist in question, and we go through each of their albums one by one. Along the way, we will pull out songs from each album we deem to be the very best of that artist, eventually sharing our top 20 songs at the end. So, our first series of Discography focuses on one of the best rock bands around, Queens of the Stone Age. And I'm joined by one of their fans, Dead Good Music blog editor, Adam Reeve. So, how you doing, Adam?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, all good. We're on a Friday night. This is the way to to do a Friday night right. Just wax lyrical about Queens of the Stone Age.
Exactly, yeah. Who needs to go out, you know?
Yeah, this is. Yeah, I feel like we're bringing winter to summer in this way. But you know, this is the intro episode. So what do Queens of the Stone Age mean to you?
Um, oh man, this will probably be like skirting the line of being too much of fanboyism, but um for me they were like the first band I heard that I just got properly like obsessed with. But like obviously sort of growing up, I'd sort of heard like bands that my parents and my like sisters listened to, but there was not really a lot of it was good, but none of it felt like something I could kind of grab hold of and
Mm,
fully get into. Um, until just hearing like Queens of the Stone Age on TV, and I was just like, "Whoa! Like, what is this?"
mm,
Like, it was just something I hadn't heard before, and it just seemed to sort of just click
mm.
into place, like all of the places. Um, and yeah, I've kind of been that same level of obsessively into them ever since, really.
I mean, I'm a big fan of theirs, but I'm not sure I can live up to to the impact which you've just described. I suppose for me, it probably reminds me of getting into Linkin Park,
Mm,
and that kind of entry point into rock music, and that sort of stuff.
yeah.
But having said that, I think they're one for Queens of the Stone Age. They've always been part of that rock um, brigade, which I really got into the Kerrang days of the early 2000s. They're always there, and then it's kind of points where I was really into them, and then other points where, for whatever reason, and obviously we were more selective about what CDs we would buy. Ones I would
Yeah.
buy, ones I wouldn't. So, but now we have that luxury of streaming. We can do something like this and basically run through all of them, and I can catch up on the ones I've missed and realize what a fool I've been. So, but I think I suppose one of my moments of like realizations about just how good they are was probably during lockdown, actually, where you just kind of occasionally think about who the best rock bands are right now, and it was just abundantly clear, and that they are in the world of rock. I suppose Muse in the past for a while, but I kind of went off them a bit. Biffy Clyro I probably hold in a slightly higher regard.
Mm,
But I think that I wouldn't want to pair the two together. But that's probably the only
yeah.
other one which is kind of still operating now and still operating at a very high level. And I think, during lockdown as well, we were doing more things. I was doing a hell of a lot more playlists as well, and that's when I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
kind of just would get a selection of their music from all the different albums and just be like, this is absolute bliss and some of the best rock music of the 21st century. So um, yes. So clearly, I think we're going to enjoy this. So this look back through the discography. But yeah, what are you hoping to get from this experience?
Think, yeah, like just kind of being able to sort of break down their discography, like per album, really sort of set the time aside to properly appreciate each individual one, because I think they are quite individual from each
Mm.
other. And also just to get like another perspective on it, like for you, where you were kind of revisiting
Mm.
the band, but kind of going all in on them.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was sort of more like an occasional, like, oh, like you know of them, but like
Mm.
now you know them like fully now.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think for me, like I say, it's brushing up on the missing gaps. So they've always been
Yeah,
there. There's
yeah.
always been what certain albums like completely lodged in my
Mm,
sort of yeah, listening. But now, yeah, just to go one by one and kind of and take that chronological approach is quite interesting, and sort of see like if there are
mm,
different eras as well. I think, you mentioned that they're quite different every single album, and I think I would definitely take that. But yeah, I won't go into the detail because we're going to do that when we go one by one. So and for our first episode, that is all we got time for in terms of little introduction. Myself as the 5 to 9 editor, bring it together, and bringing in Adam, Dead Good Music blog editor, and yeah, sort of setting the scene and basically sort of putting this out there, seeing if this is the sort of thing you'd be interested to get our thoughts on each of the Queens' albums. So don't forget to stay up to date with 5 to 9 by following us on Instagram or YouTube, and to keep up to date with Dead Good Music blog, follow at Dead Good Music _ on Instagram. Thanks for listening.